Hey, how's it going, folks? Welcome to NUFC Talk TV live Tuesday night with this called the Tuesday show is called Undisputed, but I don't think we have much to disagree on tonight. Which, by the way, we always
That'll
disagree
be
on
a
something.
first.
That'll be a first, but I don't think there's no subject in mind. Champions League going on right now, though. Definitely Internazionale di Milano, or just not right now. They're called Inter. That's all. That's all there is to it right now. But they seem to be have drawn over there at home at the Giuseppe Meazza. And Mighty Wind's gonna call it San Siro, but San Siro is when Milan play. When Inter play, Giuseppe Meazza. That's the way it's called, man. But a wonderful game, by the way. 6-6 aggregate, 3-3 right now in Milan.
Two fantastic games.
We need to be part of that. I was telling the twat before, we need to be a part of these nights. Rainy, cold nights, under the lights, in Europe. You know, wherever it may be, at the San Siro, at the Camp Nou, where I don't know if that's going to be called now. It's going to be now the Spotify Camp Nou in Barcelona. In Barcelona, or, we need to be playing in those stadiums, at the Allianz Arena in Munich. We need to be in those places. So hopefully it will happen. Do we have enough is the topic of this show tonight. Do we have enough to we are closer and closer to Champions League, but do we have enough for second place? That's going to be the discussion. I think we both are going to agree anyway. We do have enough. But how can we make it work is probably the question that we need to answer. We are fourth right now in the league. That gets us Champions League, no doubt. And we've got room for fifth if things go bad.
We've still got room for second.
And but we got room for second as well. 67 points right now. Arsenal. Third, Man City with 64. Newcastle United 63. We are 4 away from Arsenal. And we got a game in hand, by the way, with them. So we got a head-to-head.
No, we don't. We've got no games in hand now.
Well, we got a hand. I understand, man. You're going to die of literacy, man, literally. We got a game head-to-head with them. Mano y mano, hombre de hombre, that we need to win. And if we do win, that's going to be a massive wound that they may not be able to recover from. Yep. So if we beat Chelsea, Arsenal, that's going to be massive. And if we can beat Everton.
The US Old Pals Act came together when Liverpool played Chelsea, and of course it could come together again when they play Arsenal.
Yeah, that's true.
Shout
out to everybody that's watching right now. Hit the like button, please. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I know we started a little bit late, but traffic got me crazy. There was a moment where I thought we were going to start at 9:30, but then I was like, there was a big, huge truck in front of me, and I thought, man, there's no way in hell I'm making it back in time. So, but thank you to everybody that's waiting for us, and please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and become a member of the channel. Enjoy exclusive content. If you are on Apple, you need to go to Android or just go to a web browser on your laptop, PC, whatever, and subscribe there. Hit the join button there or upgrade. Please help us out. You can gift memberships away as well. We're starting a new month, so new bills. We got to pay Mighty Wind's home care. His sliding seat to go up and down the stairs. We need to pay for all of that. But he does actually have one of those, by the way. Does it work?
Of course it works.
Damn, man. Anyways, we shall not talk about your private life. But Champions League going on, man. Unbelievable stuff. Who will it be? Who will be the champion of this one? Barcelona right now, they're stuck at 7 or 6, I think. So they probably need to come back big. Inter Milan has 4, I believe, in their history. So they could probably need one as well. On the other side, who we got on the other side? Oh, PSG, Arsenal. Arsenal definitely need one if they want to be called part of the elite club. They have never won a Champions League. Can you believe that? Unbelievable, that, man. They're supposed to be a big club. I guess only in England, for whatever that's worth. And PSG. Actually, all of these clubs are very... On the PSG Arsenal side, they are thirsty. They are dying of a Champions League trophy. On the Barcelona Inter, they just want to replenish the gas tank. They're at they got half a tank left. They need to just top it off So really good stuff. Really proper teams, man. Really left in the Champions League. I love Champions League, man. The rest of the world does. Only Mighty Win doesn't like it, but the world they love Champions League, man. So anyway, and this what happened to Aston Villa, man? This format, Aston Villa is gonna win today. You say Aston Villa is gonna win. What happened?
I didn't say Aston Villa were
Yeah,
going to
you did,
win.
man.
No. I thought they
What?
would beat PSG.
Yeah. Two quarter friends, and they never will. Exactly, mate. I agree with you. I don't want any.
They already have.
No, they haven't. Arsenal never won a.
No, Aston Villa have.
Yeah, Aston Villa got one. Yeah, that's true. And they can live off it. No big deal. They're part of the elite club. But you know, you still gotta keep things fresh, man. You can't just hope. I mean, because we got titles as well, but you know, we got to keep things fresh. You can't wait 70 years. So there we go. 96 minutes over there. I mean, I'm not watching it, but I should probably have it on screen. But
96 minutes, yeah.
and I should, to be honest. But I tell you what, this Inter Milan team, Lautaro Martinez, he is a bull. That's his nickname, by the way, El Toro. Proper center forward. Boy, we need somebody like that too. That's a center forward you'd like. He can play with Isak, but I bet that.
Well, that means there's an interesting conversation to have, isn't it? Because I'd be all for having a go at 4-2-4 me.
Well, but you don't have to go 4-2-4-2.
Especially with Gordon on the left, because we know he's brilliant at defensive duties.
We did play 4-2-4-2.
Murphy's brilliant at defensive duties.
We played 4-2-4-2 in the last game, by the way.
Well, eventually we did, yeah.
So it's happening. It's happening.
And by the way, we got the goal when we did.
It's happening. It's happening that Eddie Howe is changing to that formation slowly but surely at the end of the season. So maybe he is opening his mind and to possibly making that change. But
he's still learning.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it? And by the way, 4-4-2, I don't like it to get from the get-go. I think 4-4-2 needs to be when you're trying to, save a result or it's more of a defensive, old-school type formation, man.
4-4-2 is, I'm talking about 4-2-4.
Yeah, 4-2-4. Yeah, that's very a very attacking lineup right there. You're counting on Joe Linton not being healthy. Yeah, but that means you're going to have to take Joe Linton out.
Well, obviously, it's
so
because we're talking about.
Do you think that's ever going to happen? That Joe Linton gets taken out just because? Think about it,
not as a matter of course. If J7's in there, we'll play 4-3-3. Simple, dead simple.
Okay, well, and that's that.
I'm talking about with having J7 not available.
But when we use whatever lineup we use
because
the most,
we are not technically, defensively proficient enough.
Well, if that's the case, then we should
to keep clean sheets.
Well, that's a worrying.
It is worrying, absolutely. It's worrying, which is what we're looking for a new centre half for.
I mean, that's crazy because that means
because we've got no pace at all at the back.
Damn! Look at you coming to light.
So what we need is two mobile, quick centre backs.
Mighty Win with some magical twinkle in his coming out of his head. Is he actually suggesting that Fabian Scher, he's not going to give a damn about Fabian Scher.
For 2 years,
but Dan Burn, you're suggesting that Dan Burn is not good enough to be part of a starting center back for the Toon?
Yeah, but everybody tells me that Botman's this greyhound, but Botman isn't either.
Yes, he is, man. Stop playing. When he's healthy, that's the problem. The problem is whether he's not healthy.
He's not quick. Botman is not quick.
Well, I don't even think it's about quickness, though, man.
But my worry is that we're seemingly intent on getting Gay.
It's crazy.
And Gay is and Houston as well. They both play left centre back. So that's still not addressing the big problem,
Well,
which is centre back.
I'm not going into the stuff that I don't really care for left, right. Center back is a center back, and a proper one will play in either or. So that's my thing anyway. That's my thought process. And again, he can play left or right, so he's done it.
He's never played
and
right
he's quick.
centre back.
Yes, he has, man.
For years,
yes, he has.
if at all.
Yeah, well, if you look at it right now, Byrne has never played for years on the right. But I guarantee you that if you put Byrne on the right, he will do a job. And as he's getting on, he's going to become accustomed to it. It's just plain and simple, man. You're not asking a goalkeeper to play right wing. It's not that contrast, you know. So, but we can disagree. That's fine. Ooh, Inter just scored. Oh, no. Why? Get in, by the way. I'm a big Inter Milan fan. The biggest team in Italy by a long shot. Man, I come from the school of Patrick Vieira, Stankovic, Kibu. I come from the school of what's the fucking hell? The Argentinian right back now, man. I forgot now. My goodness, with a Z. Forgot his name. Cambiaso, also in the midfield. Man, I come from that school, man. Back at Inter Milan, back when they had Balotelli, boy, he was as crazy as a bat. But he was young then. Really, we got sent on. When I got sent on, I thought, man, that is a proper signing. I thought he was going to be one of the greats, really. Sent on when he came from Inter Milan, and he didn't turn out to be so great either. But it is what it is, I guess. And so let me see. Win wants to share something. I'm a big Inter Milan fan, folks. Don't play with me.
There you go. That's Guy's heat map this season. That's Guy's heat map this season. All left-hand side.
Right. Come on, man. Hey, you're supposed to be smarter than that, man. Look, you got your own screen share, so use that one.
I tried.
Anyway, so, but boy, oh boy, who scored last? Davide Fratesi. Okay. You're screwing it all up now, man. Anyway, there we go. We're back in business. Davide Fratesi just scored for, talking about Davide, we had Davide Santon, as I was saying just a minute ago. And so, yeah, man. What other plays did we get from Inter? There's one. Give me one other play that we got from Inter Milan.
From Inter Milan.
Santon. Who else? Everybody in the chat, let me know. Give me a player that we got from Inter Milan.
Where did we get what's his face from? The Dutchman.
No.
His son's playing for Bournemouth now. Did note for us. Famous Dutch centre forward.
Well, we got the best let me tell you this. We got one of the best left backs in the history of the tune from Inter Milan.
Best left backs?
Yeah. Over Martin, says Tony T. Did he come from Inter? Maybe he did. Over Martin.
He might have done, aye.
Yeah.
But
that's not the one I'm talking about. One of the best left backs, man. Alessandro Pistone.
He was crap.
And a right back when he wanted to be. Come on, man. Alessandro Pistone.
Should have been right back at Inter Milan.
Mark Cooper, exactly, Mark.
Another one of Dalglish's wonder signings.
Hey, man, Alessandro Pistone was good, man.
He was shite.
And he looked proper, too, man. He looked like a model, man. What happened with old Italian folks, man? They look like models, man. How way?
I don't know. You can stay on your side of the fence. I'll stay on mine.
He did. And look, I'm find I looked him up just now to see if he played in that. Yeah, he did play in my favorite era with the collar shirt and the yeah, one of the best, man. One of the best to ever do it. for the tune. By the way, Craig Hope was just sent to Inter Milan to watch the game. I mean, what else is he doing over there to watch the game? Is he supposed to report?
Yeah, he's there to watch the game.
Yeah, which I would rather, man. I would love to be a journalist, man. Get sent everywhere.
I've been watching Barella today, and
Barella, man. He is proper, man. I mean, I love him, man. Yeah, I love him, man. You know, he's so underrated.
I think there's the first 5 or 10 minutes.
There's a lot of
proper tenor. He just took the ball, beautiful technical control into the box, and what a shot! Great save.
And look, and Tonali, another player. When we get into this Premier League versus everybody, I don't dispute that Premier League is the best and most entertaining league in the world right now. It has been actually since the Premier League started, probably early 2000s. But a player like Tonali can come on the Premier League and handle business like nobody's business. And you know what I mean? So it proper players play anywhere, man. And the Lautaro, let me tell you something. But you're gonna have to pay for him though. That's you're not gonna get him on discount. I wonder though, you know, these are players that, and I would agree with you that you can use the Premier League to say, look, you're gonna come to the Premier League, because players want to go and play in different leagues, you know, and the Premier League is obviously one of the big ones, and so they would entertain
Premier League
that thought.
is the big one, regardless of what you think. It is the
fine.
Big one.
That's fine. That's fine. But people also, players also choose to go everywhere else, not just the Premier League. But you can actually say, you can come to the Premier League.
When they decide to go elsewhere, they're not going because of the league. They're going because of the club in the
Everybody
league.
does that, man.
PSG,
you know, Crystal Palace.
Nobody's
let me tell you something. Crystal Palace can go try to get Lautaro. Lautaro's going to give him a big FU. He's not coming to just because it's the Premier League. Trust me, brother. Wake up from your nightmare. It ain't real. It ain't real. Fucking. Let me just give me a middle team. Give me a middle team. Brighton.
Okay. But what I can do is give you probably 9 teams that he would come to.
No, you won't. They would either come. By the way,
are you saying they wouldn't go? Are you saying they wouldn't go to any of the big 6?
Players from all over the world would die to play for Liverpool. Arsenal still holds. If you're not into the Premier League banter of it, you know what I'm saying is, you know, the being bottle in the league and all of that BS. Arsenal still holds. You know, people just wake up and think Arsenal is a big club in England. You know, that's a good club to go to. Chelsea, definitely. Man City, definitely. Man United is losing that, by the way, but they got a lot of credit in the bank still, so you might get a few there. And you got to be honest. If you're Newcastle, if you're Tottenham, if you're Aston Villa, you got to convince them, and they might come. You know, below that, you're knackered. Below that, you're knackered, man.
We are knackered.
Below that mighty win,
we are knackered.
Money talks.
Yeah, money talks. Just like they get paid a lot of money in Inter Milan, they get paid a lot of money in Barcelona. Atletico Madrid pays a lot of money. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
As much.
Look at the salaries right now, man.
Barcelona, yes.
Look at the salaries, man.
Bayern, yes.
No. Yeah, okay then. So
look at the salaries.
Those are the big clubs. Those are the big clubs. Those are the biggest clubs in those respective leagues. Premier League has more, 100%. Premier League has more, and is more marketing-wise. The Premier League has done an unbelievable job to a point where you twats complain about it because it's all about the big 6, big 5 at the time, big 4 at once. They kept adding one club to the mafia club. Just added every 20 years they add one to it. Manchester City is the latest one added to the mafia club, and you know, and so maybe us will be added to it, or you know, who knows. But you know, people die to go to those clubs, but they don't die to go to Sheffield United or Brighton or Crystal Palace or Southampton. Trust me, man, they don't. You know, so only a player that has no quality, they might say, look, you know, I'll go to I don't know, Burnley, because I'm in the Premier League, and you know, whenever they're up there, whatever. So, but you know, it's part of it, man.
5, 6,
Look at the thing. But by the way, Inter Milan has good players. Barca has good players that we could have looked at Olmo. Olmo, unbelievable player from the World Cup. We never even thought of him.
Right. The Premier League.
Here we go with this
right
nonsense.
now, squad wages,
Yeah,
squad weekly wages. The Premier League has 9 teams in the top 17 positions of wages across Europe. Other teams that are in there, as I've just said, Real Madrid, top of the tree. Bayern Munich, second. Then you've got City, Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal. Then you've got Barcelona, PSG. Then you've got Liverpool. Then you've got Inter, Atletico Madrid. And then you've got Villa, Tottenham, Newcastle, West Ham. So you've got one German team.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can talk about salary.
2 Spanish teams, 1 French team, and 1 Italian team.
Yeah.
That's how much the Premier League dominates wages.
Okay, so I just told you, marketing-wise, the Premier League has done unbelievably for the last 20 years. So that's money, which obviously comes into the discussion.
Yeah, and
but
money,
there's other stuff that goes into it as well.
What that money does is bring the best talent, which makes the Premier League the best league in the world, as proven by the fact that we've got one team in the semi-finals of the
nonsense, man. Nonsense. Because
Champions League. We've got 2 teams probably going to fight out the final of the Europa Cup, and Chelsea will almost certainly win the
We keep going through the same
Conference
thing,
League.
man. There's only one English club left in the Champions League, the biggest tournament in the world, and you're going to keep saying that. It makes no sense. Actually, that stuff is nonsense because although the numbers are bigger in the Premier League, clearly, maybe a year and a half ago, Sky Sports was having a discussion of how much of they didn't say disgrace, but it was a big concern that nobody made a single move because of PSR rules, because of all of that nonsense, because nobody's spending anything. You can't spend on the big talents anymore because everybody's concerned about. Nobody can. Man City now made paid a lot of money. Last window, there were little to no clubs spending money on the last winter, not this winter, but the one before that when we had the injuries. So they were calling for that to be changed. I mean, right now Lautaro Martinez is getting paid €320,000 a week, and in pounds that would be how much? So
300.
So that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? If you're good, you're gonna get paid anywhere, man. I mean, I wish we can have a conversation with actual players, in private, for them to tell the truth. But let me tell you, man.
Well, you wouldn't like what they say because they would
rather. No, we would because if we could talk
because they would
because
rather
I know here's the thing.
They would rather go to London than come to Newcastle.
Now you're gonna bring London into the conversation. Look, man, I know worldwide
because
fans.
London has got the same
I know
Paris.
No, it doesn't.
As
Players,
Milan, as Barcelona,
I keep telling you this, man.
As Madrid.
Listen to me. Players don't wake up in the morning and say, "Man, I cannot wait to play in London." None of them. Not a single one of them. Unless you're born in England, unless you're born in London, unless you're born in the surrounding areas.
Well,
somebody from
London is an internationally renowned city, man.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I agree with you there. When you talk about cities, when you talk about New York, in that case, they will go play to New York City.
Who was desperate to go to London when you came over here?
I just wanted to go see Buckingham Palace because of the Royals, not because of fucking London. And as soon as I got to the airport, I said, "Fuck this, I'm gone." Fuck the Royals at this point. Goddamn London, man. So listen.
It was only the train fares that put you off.
So is Madrid is one of the biggest, cities in the world. New York is as well. In that case, they will go to play for New York City and be a citizen of New York. So that's not what people in the favelas of Brazil don't wake up and say, "Man, I cannot wait to get an offer from London, or or else I'm gonna just die." No, they don't do that. They want to play in Liverpool. They want to play for Arsenal, Chelsea. They want to play for Bayern Munich. They want to play for Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter, Juve. No, they want to go to these places. They don't care about whether most people don't even. Nobi Solano didn't even know where Newcastle was, and he could have went to Arsenal. He Arsenal wanted him. Why didn't he say, "I want to go live in London"? All of a sudden,
because we offered him more money.
But that's how human beings work, Mighty Win. Wake up already. They don't think about London. They think about where I'm going to get paid. I'm going to a good league and a good team.
If they've got a choice, and both clubs are paying the same thing, one of them's Tottenham, one of them.
You really and truly believe
absolutely
that if Nobi Solano was offered the same amount of money as Arsenal, he would have went to Arsenal?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Because of London. Oh, wait, man. Come on, man. You really got to give yourself a reset.
No, you need to get on board, man.
No, you need to give yourself a reset.
Real.
I didn't think. I'm being real. And I'm telling you, I've been South American all my life, and I've been poor when I was young. People don't wake up thinking, I want to go to London.
I told you we'd find something to argue about.
Exactly. We certainly did. We certainly did. Tony T, what's the argument? He says that everybody will just go and live in London, regardless of anything. Players will just wake up and say, "I want to play in London." Whatever club from London. You actually said before, you said a player will choose Fulham because it's in London over Newcastle. You've said that.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you have. You did. You said.
You said that.
No. Why would I say that when I don't agree with that? It makes no sense. Well, You've actually said that.
I certainly wouldn't say Fulham.
Yeah, you did. You did say it. Yeah, people don't give a shit. Tonight,
why did he go to Chelsea?
Because Chelsea is a much bigger club than Newcastle. Plain and simple, man. And they offered him a lot more money. A lot. What is he on? 250? Look it up. We weren't even going to offer him. We probably would have given him 150, the same thing that that Kelly got, right? And you're talking about 100,000 extra a week. There is no way in hell or heaven that he would choose Newcastle. Not because Newcastle City stinks. Actually, people would love once they found out what Newcastle is about. They would love to live in Newcastle.
120.
He's not on 120, man. Get out of here.
Darabayo is on 120. 6 million a year. 6,240,000 a year.
He's not 120,000 a year.
Well, he is.
Nah, that can't be true.
Well, because I've seen true.
I've seen Chelsea pundits talk about it was over 250. So
no, the only Chelsea player above 200.
No, so now you're about to lie. Then you're about to lie through your.
Fofana's on 200,000.
You're about to lie through your dentures, man.
Sterling is on 215,000, and Reece James is on 250,000. Yeah. Just below 200, you've got Nkuku on 195. Fernandez.
Chelsea players, they get old. They have their salaries, man, are huge, man. That website you're looking at is wrong, man.
Well, it's capology. It's what everybody in the business uses.
I don't know. Tuchel and Francis bollocks. You go to the best team. Not many would have turned down Manchester in the Ferguson glory years. Exactly. You know, that's it. When people go to the biggest clubs if they can, to where they get paid a lot of. Usually, it means you're going to get paid a lot of money, and so that correlates. But they go. So listen, I think now Newcastle are under the lights, and people are noticing Newcastle. So they're gonna come to Newcastle. Trust me. But you have to get out of that.
They're going to come to Newcastle.
You're going to have to.
All I'm saying is,
you and other fans.
If Newcastle United are in a straight race with Arsenal, let's say, supposing we decide. If we wanted to go and get Djokovic now to partner Isaac, as he does for Sweden, Arsenal are after him as well. And let's assume we both offer exactly the same wages. We both offer him, be stupid, say 300 grand.
But you are assuming, I would agree with you actually, that most players will want to go to Arsenal because of what Arsenal represents. But you are assuming that they will wake up and say, "Man, I cannot wait to live in London," and get stabbed to death. It makes no sense, man. No sense.
It is because
No,
they
it
don't
doesn't.
know what it's like.
Because they will look at it and say, "Well, exactly." So you can't say they don't know what it is like in the way that they will choose London.
They know London because London
No, they
is
don't,
an
man.
internationally renowned
Let me tell you this,
city
brother. Trust me.
of culture.
Julian Alvarez didn't
and
even know where Manchester
stabbings
was. Julian Alvarez didn't even know what
and
Manchester
homeless
was.
people and tramps and
Julian
vagabonds.
Alvarez didn't even know
And
where
streets
Manchester
paved
was
with gold.
until he signed the contract. The little kid Echeverry didn't even know where Manchester was until he just looks it up on the map, and that's where he's got to go. They don't. Come on, only English people. I would give you English people. Maybe in the United Kingdom, the countries there, they might care, but nobody else does, man. If you're South American, if you're South African, if you're African altogether,
Yeah, but
if you're Asian, you're not thinking of London, man.
footballers have wives and girlfriends.
Yeah, but only I would agree with you that the ones that got high maintenance wives that want to be models, that want to be all of this, they might choose that. Perfectly fine. I agree with you.
Does that not
But the
describe every single footballer?
No, they don't. The vast majority don't. You ever seen Declan Rice's wife? Well, it looked like she loved them fish and chips.
I can't
Ain't
say
that
that I
wrong?
have, but I think
Ain't
that's a bit derogatory for
Ain't
for a
nothing wrong with fish and chips, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with the Granger Market fish and chips. Best fish and chips in Newcastle upon Tyne. The Granger Market, go to it. Right there. We're going to pull up the fish and chips that we got, man. Unbelievable stuff. He took me to... Fuck yeah, hell, man. You're taking me to some rubbish places, man. Anyway, where did we go? The Long Sands?
Longside. Cruisers on the Longside.
Man, that was... Well, I'm not going to say in case they want to be sponsored. If they want to be sponsored, then hey, they're the best, baby. But God dang, man, that was. And they also, the what's happening with English folks, man? I thought they would be, they are the nice, to people and kind. But she just kept telling me not open yet, or it's not 12. I'm like, fucking hell, man. It's like 11:59, not 12 yet. Fucking hell, man. What's up with that? But anyways, only nice people come from the South here in the U.S., man.
With you being the one exception.
John Boy, some will go to London for superstitious reasons, but that's not the kind of attitude we want at the club.
Correct, John Boy.
People. Look at the people go to the clubs, man. I'm telling you. In Newcastle, the more they are up there, the more we're going to be able to persuade some of these folks.
5 minutes to go, and they're still winning.
They're still winning, aren't they? Yeah, fuck me, man. Unbelievable. Eric Garcia, good center back. We could use him.
Well, we're looking at apparently anyway. We're looking at
exactly right there. Paquetá would not prefer to stay in London, just staying in London, over to come to Newcastle, man. He wants to win, man. He don't give a damn about where he lives. All of England looks the same anyway, man. You're all gray and rainy looking, no sun. Come on, man.
Tomori. Fikayo Tomori from AC Milan. And also Malik Thiaw has raised his ugly head again.
Malik Thiaw from AC Milan.
Yeah, so apparently we've made inquiries about both of those in the event that the Guy transfer isn't a done deal and goes through straight away. They're not going to muck about anymore. They'll look elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess let's talk about the topic that we got. I mean, we got sidetracked heavily for 30 minutes, but so we don't clickbait. Let's talk about the topic that we suggested on the title and thumbnail. Do we have enough to finish second? And we do. I mean, we're 4 points away. The Arsenal game is going to be crucial. That's plain and simple. If we want to be second, you got to beat Arsenal.
If we want to be second, we've got to win 3 games.
Well, and Arsenal has to lose one.
Well, they're going to lose one against us, and then they're playing
So
Liverpool.
that's what I'm saying. And now it looks like Liverpool, and you guys are going to get into that subject tomorrow, where either Liverpool and other clubs are doing a disservice to the competition by putting substitutions, which I don't think it is.
Keeping the closed shop alive, the American owners.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to get into that tomorrow. But that might not be such a tough match for
Arsenal.
For Arsenal, then. So then they might have to lose another one. What other match?
Well, this is why Arsenal's game tomorrow is so important to us. Because if by any chance they can beat PSG,
I hope they don't.
And I hope they do, and go on to the final, then they've got something else to occupy their mind.
That's what people said about Liverpool and how strong they were going to be against us because they got eliminated and we beat them. So.
Yeah, and your point is?
My point is, it doesn't matter whether they get eliminated or win. They're still going to do whatever they got to do. And I don't want an English team to win a damn thing.
Because I think if Liverpool had won, they would have been just the same. We would have still beat them. Because they would have been less concentrated on the Carabao Cup than they would on the Champions League. And the same with Arsenal. If Arsenal beat PSG tomorrow, when they play Liverpool at the weekend, their thoughts will not be on the Premier League and whether they finish second or fifth, because they can't drop out altogether now. Or they almost certainly can't. Their thoughts were that one and only objective is Champions League. And Arsenal could make a load of changes for that game.
Well, they got Liverpool, they got Newcastle later, and they got
Southampton, which
you
just give them 3 points for that, don't you? To be fair.
Yeah, and so I guess we play them for preseason as well. I guess so.
Yeah, in Singapore, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, so that's that.
And also, we've got a Cellar Cup against Celtic, apparently. And Celtic fans have been given 7,200 tickets. So that'll be fun. 7,000 drunken jocks in the tune.
Well, Man City is going to they're third, so they're going to be a big one. I mean, that's going to be the main reason why we don't get second or third. Because now Man City all of a sudden, and it's true, man, it's always been true. People were saying they're going to creep up again, and when they were sixth, when they were fifth, they're going to come up. No worries, they're going to be there. Well, looks like that's happening. So I think that's the reason why we won't. Because it's just Man City.
They've got to somehow manage to. I mean, Southampton, you give them 3 points for that. But then they've got Bournemouth and Fulham. Bournemouth and Fulham are no pushovers.
Let me tell
as
you
we have found to our cost already this season, as
Us,
have
not Man
other
City.
teams.
Us, not Man City.
As Arsenal found.
Arsenal weak, man. I just don't see Man City dropping off. That's the problem, man.
Well,
if we win every game, it doesn't matter. Well, it could because of the difference in goals.
Well, if we win every game, if we win every game, we've got 72 points. That nobody, that's unassailable as far as Champions League is concerned. We'll end up with 72. The most Arsenal can end up with is 70, because we'll have beaten them.
Basically, Man City has to draw.
Man City's got to drop points against Bournemouth and Fulham for us
they have to draw one game. They have to draw one game. And we got to win all of them.
Yeah, and increase the goal difference by 2.
No, because if we win all of them, that means we get an extra 9 points.
Yeah.
So that would put us at 80. What would that put in this?
No, 72.
72, yeah. So 72. Man City draw 1 and win the rest. That would put them at 7 points. So plus 7, that is 71. What the hell is? I'm bad at math.
Let's have a look.
61 plus 7 points. That's 68. Sorry. Why did I say 71? What the fuck?
No, if Man U gets 7 points to go to 71.
No, Man U irrelevant, man.
Man City, I'm talking about. If Man City gets 7 points to go to 71, we would go to 72 if we win all 3.
Exactly. So in that, but if we beat for that reason Arsenal, that means they got 3 points less. That means they win their next 2. That's 6. So 67 plus 6.
Yeah, well, they would be 73. But that's it. They've got to beat Liverpool as well.
Well, that's true. So maybe if they draw 1.
So
that's
if they draw -1, if they win 2 and draw, well, they can't win 2 and draw.
No, they win 1, draw 1.
That puts
so
them on
4.
71. We'll be on 72.
So that's 4 exactly. So that means we need to win every game.
If we win every game, we're guaranteed Champions League.
Yeah, that's obviously, but second needs to be like this: Man City need to draw 1 game, 1. That's it. Arsenal has to lose and draw 1 game. So lose 4 points there. Yeah. And if we win every game, man, we are back at it again. Second place after London. So
yeah, you all thought the mighty win was mad, man.
Nah, I didn't. But things have to happen. You said it in the very first week. What does that mean?
I said it before a ball was kicked.
What does that mean? That means you have no basis in your thought. You just said it just to say it. Of course, I can say anything. Right. No, based on nothing. You got to see how the league progresses, and then you make your assessment.
Mine was based on the squad that we had. Yeah. And by the way, it was also based on making some acquisitions in January, which didn't happen.
And by the way, just to let you know, Arsenal away is not going to be easy at all.
Because I firmly believe if we'd strengthened in January, we wouldn't have lost the points since January that we have lost. So it would be even further up the table.
Listen,
now.
to coin a phrase, if we draw to Chelsea and Arsenal, we're basically effed. Small mark. We cannot lose a game if we got to win all of them if we want to be second. First of all, to start with. And now, is there a chance that we're out of the Champions League? Well, it's all about Aston Villa, Forest, and Chelsea. Well, actually, no, Forest and Aston Villa. That's it.
Well, the thing is, Forest again. We've got Forest against Chelsea.
So they got to do a little draw there.
Last game of the season. And that could be a situation, if we get beat off Chelsea and Arsenal, that could be a situation where a draw will guarantee both Chelsea and Forest finishing above us.
Mm.
So they could just play out a draw, knowing that gets them both in the Champions League.
Well,
which is a worry.
Tony says, I'm just happy with 5th. Let's not get greedy. I'm not getting greedy, man. We can do it. But nobody's stopping you to do that. I mean, there's no such thing as being greedy, man. You can do whatever you want.
Villa's last 3, they've got Bournemouth away, Spurs at home, and Man U away.
What does Liverpool have, by the way? Because I know a lot of people like you been crying about Liverpool playing with their subs.
Well, Liverpool have got Arsenal at home.
So that's the one that matters.
Brighton away. And Palace at home, who are in great form and fighting for that.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. Come on, man. Well, that doesn't affect us until the Arsenal game.
It didn't affect us at all, other than the Arsenal game. You know, Liverpool are out of sight. They've won the league.
So, I mean, it could very much possible. But like I said, you know, it has to be we win every game. The soon we draw a game, we're not good.
Yeah, because Forest have got the easiest run in on paper. They've got Leicester at home, West Ham away, and Chelsea at home. So on paper, that should be, if you go on season's form.
If we win now, when it comes to Champions League, if we win 2,
but Forest have gone completely off the boil right now, which I suspected they would, and said so many times early on
Yeah.
the season.
Right now, to be fair, it's not so much of. Well, Europe is going to be good for them. Europe is going to be good for them. I
If
mean,
you'd offered the Forest fans Europe at the start of the season, they would have
yeah,
bitten your hand off. But a
of
bit
course.
like us right now, having got to where they've got to, less than Champions League would now be a letdown. From
Well, yeah, I mean,
if somebody had
understandably
said
so.
to us at the start of the season, you're going to win a cup and qualify for Europe, everybody would have bit your hand off.
Cheers to the Newcastle fan, Lewis, for being a member for 14 months.
Well done.
That is a year and 2 months, by the way. YouTube acting like moms, man. My kid is 57 months old instead of just saying the damn age. After 12 months, you just gotta say 1, 2 years, 3 years, 3 years old, 4 years old, man. Come on, man. Stop saying my kid is 76 months old. Mighty Win is how many months old? It's way too many, man. Way too many. Way too many months.
Take a bit of doing them, so.
But he's been a member for 14 months, and he says, good evening. I think we're good. We're going to finish third or fourth. Plus, I'm chatting on my new phone, the iPhone 16. There you go, man.
Oh,
Congrats.
well, but Lewis, you have problems getting on the show with an iPhone.
No, you don't. No, you don't. He's already a member, man. He's good.
I'm talking about the folks that try and get on
the
chat with iPhones.
On the match reaction, fans don't want to come on and have their say. So, well, give it a try. Shout out to Chess as well. Chess, I believe I've seen you way back when we started the channel. Now I've seen you often, so appreciate that. And welcome back, mate. And everybody else listening and watching. Hit the like button, folks. Come on. Hit the like button. So, yeah. I mean, it is possible. But I think 2 games should do it, though, to Champions League overall. 1 game in a draw. What does 1 game in a draw do for us? That will put us at 4 extra points, so that's 69. That might get us Champions League, but 5th.
Well, 4 gives us 67 points. And in every single one of the last
67, yes, sir.
Of the last 10 years, since 2014-15, 65 points or more has guaranteed, 65 points or more has guaranteed top 5 in all but 2 seasons. 70 points or more, it's guaranteed. So, as I said,
So we're going to give the 70.
Worst case scenario, win our 2 home games, we're on 70 points. Yeah. Nobody's going to bridge that gap.
And would you look at that, Inter Milan making yet another, that's proper big club win. Wake up, man. Making yet another Champions League final in their history. And actually 2 in their last probably 2 or 3 years. They played against City, the final. So
they beat City,
and this one would put them at 5, I believe. That's big club name. That's big club status right there, man. That's legendary status, man. Because you get into the Barcelonas, you get to Liverpool, you get into the AC Milan. I'm sure they want to catch them very much. Want to catch them. No, Milan's got 6, man. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So they ain't got a long way to go. They only got
Milan's
1 or 2.
Milan's got 7, haven't they?
No, I don't think so. Let me see. Maybe you're right. I think Liverpool has 6. Milan, you might be right, actually. Milan's got 7 probably. No, Duke got 7. Yeah, you're right. Duke got 7. Last one back in 07, so they still got 2 to go if they win this one. But they wanna catch him, I'm sure.
I'll accept your apology.
There you go. And when I'm wrong, man. And Barcelona's got 6, if I'm not mistaken. But that's still legendary status, man. Liverpool, the only English club. They can talk about Premier League all you want to. You know, Mighty Wayne can come up with all the twat statements he wants. But at the end of the day, only 1 English club in their history of football has more than 5 Champions League. And actually, I think Man United are 3rd with 3. So that's 50%. That's half, man. I think Chelsea's got 3 now, don't they? Or they got 2. They won 1 in 12. They just won 1 not too long ago. I think that's it. They only got 2.
Madrid 15, AC
Them-
Milan 7, Bayern Munich 6,
Yeah.
Liverpool 6, Barcelona 5,
Barcelona's
Ajax
fine.
5,
Look at
Inter
that.
Milan, Man U 3 each.
Exactly. So there's the little twat one.
Juventus, Benfica, Chelsea, and Nottingham Forest
There you
2
go.
each.
Where's Aston Villa? You don't find them on there.
Well, of course you find them on there.
Okay.
With one along with another.
So back when you get 5, you get legendary status, man, and it looks like Inter Milan.
Aston Villa are right up there with Celtic.
Aston Villa are trying to get that.
And
Inter Milan.
Bucharest.
Inter Milan trying to get that elite status, and actually at this point I hope they win it because they're my favorite club out of there. I mean I don't like.
You've got the mighty Feyenoord who won it in 1970
uh,
after we'd put paid to them the year before in the Fairs Cup.
Ajax, man. That's actually very interesting because they haven't been relevant like that, and that was back in the Cruyff era.
Well, it just goes to show what one player can do, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it also goes to show you how crazy important the Champions League is.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to win it every time, man. And many have tried. Trust me.
When you've got a proper stellar superstar in your squad, which Ajax had there, of course, in Cruyff. Not to mention the other players around him, of course, but Cruyff was the superstar.
Johan Cruyff.
Barcelona did all theirs with Messi.
With Cruyff as well.
And with Cruyff, aye. No, they didn't win the European Cup with Cruyff, did they? Barcelona.
I'm pretty sure they did. Let me see.
No, in 1992, Cruyff wasn't.
Oh, in 92, yeah, he wasn't there. 92, that was Messi, but they did most of them with Messi.
No, 6, 9, 11, 15. They were
well, 2009, 15, 2000. No, 2006 was, yeah, Messi was in 2006, but very extremely young. I think he debuted at the time. That was Pep Guardiola. No, 2006 was Rijkaard, I think, and then 2009 was Guardiola, and 15, 11, 11 was Guardiola as well.
Bayern in 74, 75, 76, when they basically had the German national squad playing.
Beckenbauer, no, but they also won one not too long, 13. They won in 2013.
Yeah, 2001, 13, and 20.
And they went to many finals. Juventus is a big letdown because they've gone to the most finals out of all of them, and they just lose finals. They lose Champions League finals, man.
We're going to get there eventually.
We're going to
get there eventually.
We're going to be the proper black and white with Champions Leagues because Juventus keep getting to finals, but
then I've got a decision to make, haven't I?
About what?
Am I going to go and watch it, or am I not?
You need to go. You need to go.
Not if I'm the jinx.
It's okay. You need to go. It's not that important. It's not that important, man. Trust me. But yeah, so Inter Milan gets through. We'll see. Hopefully they win it. Cause I don't want Arsenal nor Inter Milan to win nothing. I mean, sorry, PSG. I want Inter Milan. Inter Milan always been one of my favorites, man, in the world. Back when they had Patrick Vieira in midfield and all of them. So, yeah. It was magic at Giuseppe Meazza today. Zanetti, that's who it was, the Argentinian on the right side, right back. Tony, wasn't the fish few CLs pretty much just Spanish clubs? Wasn't the fish few? Well, I don't get that.
Wasn't the fish a few Champions Leagues pretty much just Spanish clubs?
But here's the thing.
What he's saying is when the European Cup, all the European Cups that Madrid won, they won the first 5.
Yeah, and they won them right.
There were no English clubs in it then, though.
Well, that's their problem.
English clubs didn't enter until 58. That was the Busby Babes who got killed in the plane crash.
That's your problem, mate. You didn't get into an agreement. That's your problem. It's like saying, Maradona being upset that he never won a Ballon d'Or because only Europeans won it up until a certain time. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. But you got a point. But I mean, who would have won it really? Who was relevant? Maybe Newcastle United.
Exactly.
We could have got a few there in the 60s, 50s, baby. We could have gotten some, certainly.
But again, you see, going back to that era, as I keep on trying to tell you, the FA Cup was more important than the league. So we didn't
Yeah.
win when we had those great. We never won the league,
Well,
but
I
we
think
sure as hell won the cups.
I think
But they were the
certainly
big thing at the time.
I think certainly
There was only
the
one game of football on the telly live
to
back
be
in the
to,
day, and that was
yeah.
the FA Cup final.
People have a lot of bad things to say about Real Madrid, but every club's got their own history, by the way. So we shall not spit in the air because it shall come right down on our faces. And I think they helped made the Champions League what it is as well because they because of they won it obviously, but I think because they signed the big name players all the time, and that's their prerogative. What are you going to do? You can't blame them. I can't be mad at my neighbor because he has a mention. That just means I got to get
Except they were bankrolled by the state.
yeah. Well, that's the end.
They were the very
You
first.
can't say that now in Newcastle or
No, but I'm saying they were the very first
well then so
state-sponsored team.
yeah well and it makes no difference, man. Now we can't be talking shit about that. Man City either.
Well, but now everybody is.
So it is what it is, and that that means you buy the best players, and obviously that gets you a best chance of winning. But that doesn't always mean that you're going to win it. Look at the Galacticos, man. Ronaldo never won.
I'm telling you, the more you spend on players' wages,
I know that.
the more points you pick up in the Premier League.
Ronaldo never won a Champions League. That's one of the things that he never won. Although he probably won the most important out of all of the trophies in the football world, which is the World Cup. He's won, I think, 3 of them. No, 2 of them. 2 of them. Yeah, the proper Ronaldo, man. So I mean, he's got that, but he didn't never win a Champions League. So, and he hates that, but he played for the biggest clubs ever, man. Trust me, certainly did. And he was managed by Geordie lad. He was managed by Sir Bobby Robson, man. That's when twats come and say Bobby Robson, what? Shut your mouth about Bobby Robson, man. You got to brush your fake teeth when you speak about Bobby Robson. Use mouthwash when you speak about Bobby Robson.
I speak about what Bobby Robson did for the tune. I'm not bothered what he did for everybody else.
Brush your teeth when you speak about Bobby Robson. By the way, somebody said you are 860-something months, man, old. So what do you? How does that feel, man? You're over 800 months old, man. Damn. We're doing math, so I'm doing math.
6, 4, and what am I on now? 868.
868 months. 868 months, almighty win. That's what we're gonna say now from now on, because we don't want to say his age, so we're just gonna keep it. It sounds like he's young. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Look at it. Like I'm writing it down. You're never gonna live it down, man. 868 months old. Mighty win. When somebody says, how old is your little lad? My lad is 668 months old, man. He's just a little bairn. Anyways, you're right, by the way. Alfredo Di Stefano should have signed for Barcelona. He actually did try out for Barcelona, And he does have a picture with the Blaugrana shirt, the Blaugrana colors, but then he went to Real Madrid.
Yeah, because then Barcelona were tiny compared to Real Madrid.
I don't know when he joined, man. Because when he joined, they had no European titles at all. So
because there were none.
And Alfredo Di Stefano, big-time legend of River Plate, man. He came out of River Plate. So you better ask somebody, old man. The White House of South America is River Plate, man. That's where you got to look for when you want proper players. Bing, bing, bing. If you want the shite players that you like, then you can go somewhere else, man. You can go to the proper players, magic, where magic happens in South America, River Plate. Mastantuono, we should have gone and got him, but now Real Madrid are in it to win it. But anyways, that's it. We had a good show, though. It was a bit of nothing.
Where will he play for Real Madrid, do you think?
He's probably going to do on the right wing. That's where they would fit. But in the beginning, he's not going to play, though. That's the thing. He's going to be just another young lad that comes on and grows with the team. And but like for Newcastle, he would have been perfect on the right wing. Perfect. He wouldn't be your right wing, like running like an idiot and crossing. He would be thinking, kind of like Harvey Barnes, but on the right. I'm telling you, man, he's got a sweet footwork.
That's the thing. Will Harvey? I mean, it's for Thursday, obviously, but will Harvey Barnes start on the right? There you go.
I think that would be that would be a good one. I think because Eddie's done that already multiple times, and I've told you guys wake up to it because Eddie's doing it for a reason. Sure enough, I think that's what's going to happen, and fair enough, fair enough. Unfortunately, Murphy, just unfortunately, players just have that stigma on them that they just. I mean, he has that thing on him that he might not do it again. So, it is what it is, man.
Weird, isn't it?
It's unfortunate, but because he's done all right.
It's almost like he was Sean Longstaff.
Yeah, well, Sean Longstaff, trust me, man. Fucking hell. Anyways, we will see you later on, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Guys.
Thanks for watching.
Can Win get to 1,000 months old? What are the odds on that?
Oh, what are the odds, man? I don't know.
132. That's another 10 years. 11 years.
Oh, that's easy, man. That's easy money,
11
man.
11 years. Well, yeah. Well, I've said I'm determined to hit 90. So yeah, I should get that 1,000.
Well, you got to stop smoking though.
No way, man. Smoking keeps you young.
Yeah, well. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Don't forget.
There's loads of my old pals dropping like flies who didn't smoke. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's true. Anyways, we'll see you later, folks. Take care. Highway to the lads.
Away the